So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number one that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
What? The team.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Here's Wilson, operating from the gun. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
Alert, alert, alert.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And an alley to run. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and inches, Wilson is complete to Lockett. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Check 13.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Wilson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Anthony Zettel popping in for the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
12.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. I got it.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Myers' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. That was close to a big play, and just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Running for it. Here's Cook. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 44, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Penny, a first down carry. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now second and 6.
From the 29, Wilson. This will be caught inside the 10. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. From the gun, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is here. But you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead. In quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On second down, this is Madison. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. It's caught inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Benson Mayowa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Ham, the fullback. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
And Bailey missed it. It's no good, wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, set this one off target.
Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 52.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. On 1st down, Carson. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Zebra.
Right there in the middle, 55. Yeah, that's what I do. 55's my guy, 55.
Took right. Right.
Wilson on 3rd down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's Madison. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got Smith here. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll roll him out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run with a fullback Ham. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
To throw, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to get a score back. Extra point up and good by Bailey as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Watch the screen.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Check 50, check 50.
Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike.
Friday.
From the 36, Wilson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it they're picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. They'll run with Madison, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Going to run with Madison again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Come on.
Now Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers. Through.
Play fake. Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins will try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Bailey got the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over, but you might say, well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So the victory here for Seattle. And when you break it down, this was just a third.